Okay, here we are at the very end of the Eagle Rock Trail. Wanted you guys to climb it with me. So are you ready? Here we go. I'm turning this camera around here, if I can. Well. Oh my. I was planning on running quickly up here, but it's kind of steep. Four-wheeling. Actually three-wheeling because of this phone. Let's see, let me get you guys up to the top. Look at all these fissures in the rock. Wow! This is insane! Oh my goodness! Hopefully nobody is afraid of heights. Oh my. I'm not afraid of heights, but I'm not Alex Honnold. Look at this, there's bolts. Supposed to use a rope going up this or what? Or is this for the other side? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Whew. Wow. Oh, there's more bolts over there. People must use this for rock climbing. Oh, there's some chains. Oh, yeah. Whoa. There's Moosehead. Oh, there's Kineo. Wow. Over there's Spencer Bay. Down in there somewhere is you guys at Trout Pond. Wow. Man, God is an awesome creator. Wow. Hi everyone. Welcome to Action Bible Summer. I hope you're as excited as we are, and I'm glad that you found these videos. This is going to be one of a 5-part series of videos, and we're going to be jumping around in the Bible, looking at some of the things that the Bible teaches us about a really important topic, which is worshiping God. Now, I don't know about you, but that Eagle Rock clip that we just saw, it reminded me of when I was there climbing that rock and looking out over the beauty of God's creation up there in the Moosehead Lake region. And I don't know about you, but that got me in the mood for rock climbing. I haven't done any rock climbing in a while. I used to do quite a bit of it. And when you're rock climbing, there are things that are important to remember, like wearing a helmet, right, in case any rock falls. And belaying is a really important thing to learn how to do. And I've taught some people how to belay, including my wife Joy. I taught her how to belay, and she ended up belaying herself. And when you're belaying yourself and you're walking down a cliff, it's called rappelling. And there's important things to remember, like to keep your body weight pointed down, which is kind of what you don't feel like doing because you're afraid of heights, but it is what you're supposed to do. And there's other things to remember. You got to make sure that you're set up right, that your carabiner's clipped. It's called the squeeze check. Squeeze check. And then the person who's learning says, thank you. We'll try that. Squeeze check. You say thank you. Thank you. But there's really only one necessary thing, one all-important thing when learning to rappel or when learning to belay. Do you guys have any idea what the one necessary thing is? It's going to be the thing that protects your life or the life of the person that you are belaying. That's the one thing that you cannot forget. Some of these other things, if you don't keep your feet up against the rock wall when you're rappelling, It's not the end of the world. Some of the other things are important. If you hold something with your left hand, but it's supposed to be with your right hand, that's okay. But the one necessary thing is to never let go of the rope on your brake hand and to use the braking position. As long as you have one hand here and you're not letting go, that's the one important thing. And when Joy was rappelling for the first time, she looked really scared, and I was trying not to look scared, but inside, I was scared too. And she was rappelling. I remember telling her that just you'll be fine. Just keep a hand on this rope at all times, either or both hands. That's the one necessary thing, the one all-important thing. And the Bible also talks about one necessary thing. Uh-huh. You've heard this once before, right? So you might already know what it is. But let's look at the story of Mary and Martha in the Bible. Let me read it to you from the Gospel of Luke. And this is also in your Action Bibles. So yeah, I hope you guys really, really enjoy these Bibles. And all the Bible stories in here, there's also references, so you can read it in here, and you can also read it in a Bible. So in your Action Bibles, in this Action Bible, it's on page 597 and 598, the story of Mary and Martha. So 597, 598. You want to open it in there too, so that we can see it in there? You can open it. It's on 597 and 597 and 598.
Yeah, but don't read it from there.
I'm going to read it from here, and we can show the pictures from in there too. So here it is, Luke chapter 10, verses 38 to 42. Now as they went on their way, Jesus entered a village, and a woman named Martha welcomed him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to his teaching. But Martha was distracted with much serving. And she went up to him and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Tell her then to help me. But the Lord answered her, Martha, Martha, you are anxious and troubled about many things, but one thing is necessary. Mary has chosen the good portion, which will not be taken away from her. So Jesus said that one thing is necessary. And what is that one thing? Any ideas? Well, in this story, it's what Mary was doing. The one thing that was necessary was sitting at Jesus' feet and listening to his teaching. And the Psalms also talk about one thing that's necessary. This is Psalm chapter 27, verse 4. One thing have I asked of the Lord that I will seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. So in the Psalms, in Psalm 27, verse 4, the one thing that's necessary is dwelling in the house of the Lord, gazing upon his beauty, inquiring in his temple, basically being united to God. And here we found the pages. So there's Mary sitting at Jesus' feet in submission, obedience, worship, just listening to his teaching. And that's what's necessary in our lives as well. So if we had to sum it up in one word, in the most simple way possible, we would say that the one thing necessary is worship. So if we had to sum it up in one word, the two verses are saying similar things, that the one thing that's necessary is worship. We can be distracted by a lot of things. We all have a lot of things going on in our lives. And we don't want to be distracted of those many things and forget the one thing that's necessary. And the one thing that's necessary in the story of Mary and Martha was also the good portion. Did you guys notice that? So what's the one thing that's necessary isn't also the thing that fully satisfies us. Like, think about your favorite meal. What's your favorite meal? Do you know? I mean, I don't know. It's just like pizza, mac and cheese.
California rolls.
Ooh, sushi, California rolls. Those are pretty good. Huh? We might have those tonight. Something that just fully satisfies you. That's what worshiping God is. He's created us to worship Him. So when we do that, we, according to His plan, we receive His joy. So it's really important to understand what worship is, to look at a little bit about how we worship and what it is. So that's what we're going to be doing. And our next time, we're going to be looking at the story of Cain and Abel and looking at what worship is. But this time around, let's remember the one necessary thing. Do you remember what it is? What's the one necessary thing?
Keep breaking.
What is it?
Keep breaking.
Oh, yeah. So in belaying, the one necessary thing is to keep breaking, to keep your hand. And why did we even talk about that? What about in the Bible? What's the one necessary thing in the story of Mary and Martha?
To sit at Jesus' feet and listen.
Yeah. And in Psalm 27, verse 4, to worship in His temple, to gaze upon His beauty. So basically, yeah, you're right. To sit at Jesus' feet and listen, to worship. Good job. All right, tune in next time. We'll see you at the next video. Bye for now.